Good evening, everybody. Are you there? Can you hear me? Try to pull it up here on my trusty dandy phone so I could see the chat. If anybody has any comments, questions, concerns. But we're going to get started here, so hopefully you can hear me. This is the 2026 kickoff of the Schoolcraft Film Challenge. This is a 48-hour timed event where we're going to give you a prop and a line of dialogue that you have to include in your film that you're going to make this weekend. It could be a short live action film with real people, real cameras, real environments, and real emotions. Or it could be an animation. You could cut something together in the computer. And we are allowing artificial intelligence, general artificial intelligence. You're not eligible for the Grand Best of Show award. But if you do create a film and the majority of it is using artificial intelligence, you are eligible to win perhaps a special award. We'll see what the judges think. We will definitely show your film, but this is first and foremost a contest about making a film in 48 hours and having it screened in front of an audience of your peers. Let's see. Yep, a couple people are in the chat. Awesome. So I know you can hear me. I'm not just talking to myself like I normally am, talking to the walls and stuff. So yeah, it's a beautiful weekend here. We got some nice ambience. We got some rain effects, some darkness, some lighting, some clouds, birds out. So hopefully you have some fun stuff to work with this weekend. You received this link because you registered your team. You got the release forms. Make sure that you fill one out per team. Anyone that's on camera, anyone we hear talking, music that you use should be copyright free because we're going to put these on YouTube right after the premiere on Sunday at 7 p.m. is when we're going to start the screening. You could show up at 6 o'clock. We're going to have the red carpet premiere. We'll have a bunch of big posters out. It'll be good photo opportunity. Good to network, talk to some of your peers, other filmmakers that are out there. There'll be some industry professionals that are going to be there, helping judge, helping give you feedback, and maybe giving you some connections so you could continue on your filmmaking hobby and turn it into a career maybe. So please share with your friends and family about the premiere screening on Sunday, 6 o'clock. We're going to start the films at 7 at Vista Tech. Curl Auditorium, walk through the glass doors. It'll be on the right. I think everybody that's here, most everybody here has been in the auditorium or been a part of the film challenge before. We had 8 teams that registered, and I think we have 6 maybe right now in the streamer. So something like that. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening. So there's a good chance that your film will be eligible for one of those new sweet trophies that we have. Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead and type it in the chat. It's a little bit of a lag here, so by the time you hear this question, I'm probably going to be droning on about something else. So go ahead and type your question now, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. We got some official announcements to make. The official elements for the challenge this year. So I'm going to get my official graphics up here. It's a little different than the Creator Cauldron where we have a whole crew of folks. Now it's just me. The required elements this year for the Schoolcraft Film Challenge 2026 are as follows. There's a prop that you need to use. At some point we need to see the prop as part of your film. Hopefully it's a big part of the film, not just in the background. The prop this year is playing cards. So write it down, jot it down on a piece of paper, transcribe that into your AI bot, friendly helper, whatever you use to remember information, write it on your hand. But we need to see playing cards. And there's also a line of dialogue that you need to include this weekend. In your film, we need to hear it at some point through audio And the line of dialogue this year is, no, really, I really want to know. No, really, I really want to know is the official line of dialogue. So those are the required elements for this year. We'll type them up, throw them up on social media perhaps as a backup reminder in case some of your peers weren't able to make it. Even though we have a bunch of people watching the stream right now, maybe there's like 5 people from one team and everybody else is just, some of the teams didn't get to the stream in time. So I don't see any questions popping up here in the chat. Right now is your last opportunity. Of course, you can always email the Schoolcraft Film Challenge producers at the email address that you registered at. We're going to have a safe time this weekend. Read all those rules. They're there for a reason. No shenanigans out there. You know who I'm talking to. You guys better be careful out there. Special playing cards or do trading cards count? Now that is a question that I will leave up to the judges. I will be one of the judges. But the prop is playing cards. And so it's up to you to determine what playing cards mean and up to the judges to determine how creative your interpretation was, how well you included it as a prop. Maybe it's an integral part of the story. Maybe it's part of character development. Maybe it's just a little part of something in the background that flashes on the screen for a second. If that's the case, you might not win best usage prop. Probably won't win best usage or best to show. But maybe you'll have some real cool animation, real cool implementation of visual effects, or real cool AI production. Maybe you'll win an award for that. So I'm going to leave that up to the judges. There's another question in the chat that says, what is rule against weapons in the film? That's a great question. Please do not bring any weapons to a public place. You're allowed to record on campus, but do not bring any weapons on campus. That's against the rules. If you're going to be recording in your own neighborhood, for example, and you have permission from whoever owns the house, your parents, if you own it, your landlord, whatever, they sign the location release form. Just make sure that they know, and anywhere around the vicinity, your neighbors know, hey, I'm going to have this fake Nerf gun. We're going to be shooting the scene. I have this fake sword. Whatever it is that you want to do, make sure that you notify people. We've had teams in the past that have had more realistic looking weapons, and they contacted the local police department and said, hey, we're shooting this film, part of the Schoolcraft Film Challenge. Just wanted to give you folks a heads up that we're going to be, doing this simulated scene. It's a good idea to have signs out, posters, big posters that say that you're recording a film or something if you do intend to do something like that. But you can use visual effects. It is possible and it is allowed. Let's, again, try to be safe as possible and, not get hurt and not have any crazy incidents going on. Any other questions? I don't see any other questions in the chat here. The rest of the rules are on the official rules that were sent to you when you registered, so you can take a look at those. You're not allowed to pay anybody to be in your film, but anyone can volunteer. If we see them or hear them, they should sign a talent release form. Other than that, you can have professionals in it. If you're friends with Robert Downey Jr. and you happen to run into him this weekend and he wants to be in it, he's not legally obligated to have his image constrained from being in other productions. Then he can sign a release form and he could be in your film. If not, you'll have to have your friends and family be your actors of choice, or you can have a puppet, like a sock puppet or something. What is the best format to submit the film in? Another question. Good question here. So you need to render out your films to a standard video file format. I recommend H.264 codec as an MP4 file format, and then email a link. Use of file transfer servers like WeTransfer.com. There's a way to send files for free through there. You might have to scroll past the ads and stuff. Don't worry about signing up for a pro account or anything like that, unless you want to. That would be great. I'm sure they would love it. But you can click to send a free file up to so many gigs or so on. This is going to be, I think the running time has to be 7 minutes or less. So it should be a small enough file that you can email a link to the producers at the Schoolcraft Film Challenge. And whatever that email address is that you had to send to before, it's on the form. I think it's like scfchallenge@google.com or Yahoo. I don't remember what it is. It's on the official paperwork though. So enter that email address to WeTransfer, whatever file transfer program, so that we can download the forms. Google doesn't work great because you'll run out of space, we run out of space trying to transfer it, and so that's how we typically don't like to use Google Drive, for example. OneDrive by Microsoft, also similar. We got a ton of space here at Schoolcraft on OneDrive, but you might run out of space, and then there's permission issues, and then it just gets to be a huge headache. So if you use something like WeTransfer.com, put in our email address and your email address, and as a sender, send it to us so we can download that file. Worst case scenario, show up to the film challenge by 6 o'clock with your film as an MP4 file on a thumb drive. We'll plug it into the PC, transfer it over, get it onto the computer, and then later on we're going to upload these to YouTube. So good question. Question about the aspect ratio. Good question. Ideally, we're probably going to keep these films for the Schoolcraft Film Challenge 48 contest 16 by 9, wide aspect ratio. This is our longer form content. Although if you want to be more creative and do a 4 by 3 or vertical 9 by 16, you can do that. But I think the best scenario is probably for these 7-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute long pieces, whatever. Let's go for the traditional wide aspect ratio is preferable. There's not a rule against doing a vertical video. I think that would be better for our DigiFilms contest. Some of you have entered that before. Most of you probably know what it is, but just in case you don't know, we have a 60-second contest. It's actually 48 hours or something, or 24 hours. 24-hour contest where you can make a 60-second film on your cell phone or any device, and it's only a 60-second film versus this one that can be up to 7 minutes long for this contest. Those are less prizes, and we do those in conjunction with school days and other events with student activities at Schoolcraft College. So it's a little less prestigious. That one, I would say vertical videos would be cool, or 4 by 3. But for this one, I would recommend the standard widescreen. And if you want to get fancy, like some of the Netflix videos, they put those extra letterboxing on the top and bottom. It saves them bandwidth. It saves them money by having more black bars on it. Personally, myself, I like a full 16 by 9 screen. What email to send these to, brother? That's a good question. You can send it to me personally if you want to. Those of you that know my email address. The email address was also sent to you in the registration for the producers. I don't know 100% if I'm going to have a helper. I should have a helper helping me out. I'm trying to see. No, I don't have it up on this computer right now what the email address is. But it's on the registration form. One of your peers, somebody probably knows. You can send it to that email address, the same email address that sent you the link to this video, and the email address you're supposed to send the forms into when you're done. That way we have all the forms in the same spot. We have a link to your final video for organizational purposes, and so we can streamline this. So other folks that are involved with the challenge could help upload videos or check release forms and things down the road. Other questions? Any other questions? A lot of good questions this year. Don't see any other questions coming in. So yeah, email the producers at the email address that you register, or send me one personally if you can't get through. jsalo@schoolcraft.edu as a backup plan. But have a safe, fun weekend, folks. Get a little bit of sleep if you can. Be safe, and I will see you on Sunday in the auditorium to watch your films up on the big screen. We got a lot of cool prizes, actual awards this year, and a lot of other stuff. You can see the sponsors listed on our social media pages. So good luck, everybody, and I will see you later.